Hi, I'm Fatima.
And I'm Keri, and we're both senior national artists for MAC Cosmetics.
And we want to show you how we get gorgeous smoky eyes in 5 easy steps. Our first step is Prep and Prime 24-hour eye base. Keri and I rely on this product to keep our eye makeup applied smoothly. What are you doing over there, Keri?
I'm just applying a really sheer little coat of that 24-hour eye base just to make sure that everything locks into place.
Indeed.
Then I am going to move into my technical pencil, and I'm going to use that in tandem with my nude model palette. So I'm going to start with the pencil though. That's how I like to sort of map out my smoky eye. I'm going to go in just to the waterline, and this color is called Brown Border. And I think the most important thing to remember as you're working with this is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It's really just about laying down intensity of color and getting your placement right. So for me, for a smoky eye, that placement is going to be real intense at my lash line. And then I'm just going to blend it out with my finger just a little bit. How about you, Fatima?
I'm going to work with the Flamboyant palette, these beautiful warm colors, and I'm going to take my first medium tone color, it's called Dada Issues, and I'm going to apply it all over my socket and lid. Just blending it with a fluffy 224 brush all over the lid and socket or crease, and even a little bit on the brow bone. My next step is to take a slightly different brush, my 239. It's a bit flatter, and I'm going to take a light color and highlight my brows. This color is called What's the Pointillism. It's a beautiful white gold, and a little goes a long way. So just a little bit right under my brow, blend it to give a gorgeous highlight. And those are my first 2 steps. I'm almost done.
So now I'm going to go in with the moniker of the palette, Nude Model, right here. It's sort of a beautiful medium toned berry brown, and I'm going to use a 239 brush, and you'll notice that because I put the brown border already around my eye, it already looks like I have a smoky eye. So my look is almost done, and I've only done really 1 step. So now I'm going to use this brush, and I love this brush because it's like a fingertip, and it allows me to just naturally fit into the contour of my eye. So you can see I'm bringing it right up to the crease, and I'm going to follow suit underneath my eye as well. So again, just using a little bit of the Nude Model eyeshadow from the Nude Model palette, the 239 brush, and sweeping that around, and just creating a nice sort of smoky eyelid, if you will, to get this smoky eye started.
I'm using a color called La Vida Mocha, which is a gorgeous frosted brown. I've wrapped it around my eye, as you can see, upper and lower. Now I'm going to take my technical pencil and Graph Black and go into the waterline like so, all the way around the bottom, a little bit on the top, and into my lash roots for the lower lid and the upper lid. I'm not being neat with this because it's going to get smudged out anyway with my 239 brush.
All right, so I'm going to just sort of soften the edges and create more depth and shadow in my crease using a bit of Tête à Tint, which is this gorgeous kind of orangey shade here, warm shade if you will, and then a little bit of espresso. I'm just going to gently tap in there, and I'm using one of my favorite brushes for this. This is the 224 brush. What I love about this brush is that it's just tapered to fit right into that crease, and it gives you that flawless, almost airbrushed crease, and it helps to just sort of smooth and blend and melt everything into the skin.
Now I've added another layer of my Graph Black technical liner and smudged it into the shadow, and I'll go in with just a bit more on the outer corner where I want extra depth and smokiness, because on my eyes I like to accentuate my outer corner, and smudge that again. And now I'm ready for my final step, Keri.
Wow, you're working quickly over there. I am actually very close as well. I'm on step number 4. And what I love about using a palette is it gives you the ability to kind of dip into different shades. So I'm using a little tiny bit of this color here. This is called Sugar Plum. And this one is called Dance in the Dark. And it's gonna give me a nice depth of color. So what I'm doing is using that 239 brush again. And in this case, I'm just using the tip, sort of like the round edge. I'm gonna come into my lash line and press that in, almost stamping it, again, to add one more layer of definition at my lash line. And then I'm doing the same thing underneath the eye as well, just to make it a little bit more intense underneath the lash line. To me, that is a really great way to add a lot of smoke and sexiness and sort of sizzle to your eyeshadow.
Well, I'm done, Keri, and I think you're close. As you can see, I'm just doing my last minute check to make sure things are blended and symmetrical, and I like it. It doesn't have to be absolutely pristine perfect. It just needs to be symmetrical and well blended, and I think it's great. The lashes help bring that finishing touch that really make a smoky eye look great, and I hope you'll try this palette too. It's an amazing palette of warm, beautiful colors that works on a lot of different skin tones.
I'm just finishing up with a little bit of extended play mascara. I've done a couple coats just to bring it all together. To me, mascara is sort of the magic wand of makeup. And I think that at this point, I know Fatima was just talking about making sure everything is kind of balanced enough. You don't want it to be too perfect. I think lived-in makeup is really pretty and looks a bit more natural and a little bit effortless. And I'm done too. So what do you think, Fatima?
Gorgeous.
I hope you all really enjoyed this video. It was super fun to make, and obviously you can see that you can get a smoky eye in 5 easy steps.